Everyone say, I love pizza in the mic when I put these headphones on.
Is that angle good?
I love pizza in the mic when I put these headphones on.
Yeah, that all sounds fantastic. But I'm not going to be able to wear the headphones, which is upsetting to me.
Why?
Because there's a slight delay this time. It's always random when it does a slight delay.
This thing's definitely crooked.
Well, you chose it.
We didn't get time
Well,
to
you can
set
go
it up.
fix it if you want. Do you want to fix it?
Are you okay with it being crooked?
I mean...
What's crooked?
The camera.
Is the camera crooked? No. Welcome to the House Rouse. Where's my book? Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Who describes it this time?
Well, first Hunter has to announce what we watched.
Yes, it was early childhood favorite.
Again.
Although, we watched the rated R version. I can't remember. I don't think I saw this version. Although I was watching movies like that, American Pie and shit like that anyway. But anyway, Saving Silverman.
I could have never watched this movie when I was a kid.
I think I'm describing the movie and going first.
Okay.
Probably good if you got back on the screen.
Got it.
By the way, did you boys take care of that bitch that was gonna marry Silverman?
Yeah, we snuffed that bitch just like you said.
Good. 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 How'd you do it? Hater. You hater?
Hater alive. Hater alive. Creator alive. Hater alive. Creator alive. Creator alive.
All right.
What happened to you?
Oh, I was hot.
Hot.
Saving Silverman.
Hmm?
So, there's this guy who's in a band, Neil Diamond cover band, and then he meets a girl.
What's the band's name?
Diamonds in the Rough.
That's
Diamonds
right.
in the
That's right.
Rough. And then he meets a girl. He falls in love with her. She's an evil bitch, but I feel like through a particular lens, you know. And his two friends try to get her back.
Particular lens. What lens would she look good in? She's a psycho.
I don't know. I don't feel like there's many good people in this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you mean?
These
friends are just loyal.
What's the wait?
Two loyal guys.
Wait, what's the main guy's name again? From the D.
The narrative seems very skewed in this movie.
Darren. Yeah.
The narrative is very skewed.
All right. So, skipping straight to the end.
What?
What? We can't,
No,
we can't do
we
that.
always say we can't do that. We don't do that. No.
No, I was just joking.
Oh. God bless.
So, I had some good things.
Okay.
I think, this is the best way to explain the quality of this movie. It's a bad movie,
Yeah.
but it's got some good jokes. But it's not a good movie.
It's
got some good jokes.
I think the main flaw of this movie is just the pacing is so bad. Like, there's some really great scenes. There's good, like, energy, chemistry. But then there's just these huge sections of just... It's too much. And again, this was the rated R version. And I think... Oh, God. I think a couple of added scenes. Like, I don't think that subway scene was in the original version. And I think some other scenes got drawn out. Again... It's not. It wasn't going to take this movie to an A+ by excluding those things, but it would have helped.
I think all the good things come from Jack Black and
Steve Zahn.
100%.
Well, I wasn't even gonna say Steve Zahn.
Oh no, Steve Zahn's great.
I was gonna say Monty from. I thought her performance was pretty good. I liked her performance.
Sandy in the movie.
Yeah, Sandy and Jack Black I think had the two best performances.
I'd say
I
Steve
was
Zahn.
going to say Armie.
Armie Hammer. Yeah, he was fantastic.
No.
What a plot twist at the end.
Stop talking about the end.
No, but Steve Zahn's actually hilarious. That was actually the biggest thing that I was just thinking about the whole movie is how even though Steve Zahn's mostly in terrible movies, he's always hilarious in them.
Yeah.
Even if like the jokes that he's making are bad, just like I don't know, something about his expressions and the way he says things are always hilarious to me.
Daddy Daycare.
He's even hilarious in that movie. You know.
Yeah, again, I think there's like the kidnapping scene. I think is really funny because Jack Black's just eating the whole time.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Like I think that's really great. I hate that I just said don't do it to you, but the ending, of course, is outrageous.
Yeah. Good God.
There's good jokes. The thing for me is it's a complete blend of like super dated early 2000s jokes and editing. Then there's like some clever improv jokes that are like that can any generation.
It seems like
find funny.
It seems like Jack Black was improvising like 90% of what he was.
I'd probably have
those lines.
Yeah, and I really liked his stuff, and and Monty was great. Oh, I wrote her name. I wrote her.
Stop saying Monty.
Oh, and
the
Ralph,
two people that watch this are not going to understand that.
The Ralph Macchio cameo was great.
What?
Remember Ralph Macchio?
God damn it.
Who's talking about?
He's talking about when
backup singer?
Darren, when Darren first leaves the band.
Looks nothing like Ralph.
And it's
That
an
was
Indian
Ralph
guy.
That was Ralph Macchio.
What?
He was Indian.
What is this girl's name? I wrote it down.
This movie is
That's not right.
this part of the early 2000s comedies and like
Amanda Detner. Go ahead.
the pacing. There's just so many like giant things that happen. Like the movie is just all over the place. And there's a lot of really bizarre jokes, like the girl's family, their circus family, and she's got a brother or something with he's half dog.
Yeah, he's half
He's got,
dog.
he's got a dog face.
What is that?
That means the mom banged a dog.
It's a freak show family.
And then
Dad's a strong man. Mom's the bearded lady. Dog-faced brother. She's totally normal. Just does the trapeze.
Oh God, it's so weird. There's a lot of jokes like that are just completely off the wall.
I liked that stuff.
Some of it was funny, but some of it was just super
I didn't
weird.
like the 2000s rock and roll Blink-182 instrumentals.
Yeah, that was. It
Yeah,
sounded
the
like they all made
soundtrack
that.
is terrible.
Yeah.
Other than the Neil Diamond songs.
Also, Jason Biggs, right? Jason
Yes.
Biggs. How did he become a thing?
Again, this movie just is full of people who had runs in the early 2000s where they're just in a lot of these type movies.
It's
that had other people who were like semi-big but weren't huge.
like Discount Justin Long.
Like this is
I love Justin
kinda
Long.
yeah.
Me
This is
too.
this is before Jack Black was big. Steve Zahn had done a couple of movies, but would find more work. Amanda Peet had like I said
I
again
feel like
had a run.
no disrespect to Jason Biggs, but he has 0-star.
Oh, he's
like,
just
qualities at all.
He's just the straight man in everything that he's in. He's just
Yeah.
there to push whatever the story is forward. Like even American Pie, like he's not really funny in it. He's just there to drive the story forward.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of those movies.
I just don't like looking at him.
He's not great.
You know what this movie is also riddled with? Is masturbation jokes.
The whole thing's
throughout
sex.
the whole movie.
It's a total teenage sex comedy.
Yeah.
Again, though, some of that is toned back.
Oh yeah, we watched did you already mention this? We
Yes.
watched the R-rated version of this film.
In the PG-13 version, they're still there. It's just not as blatant. Like they're I'm not gonna say they're clever with it, but I guess I would think it's probably not as on the nose when you can just say
yeah.
Because again, that's another instance where he's like, how do you think you're gay? He's like, I did this and this. Oh, and I like sucking. And normally in the other version, he's like, whoa, what? And he just cuts him off before he says it. And this one, he's just, I like sucking dick. Like it's just, I don't know. It's weirder. It's not like when you're that on the nose with it. Like the other version of the joke might work if the cutoff plays, but
Well, even the worst of jokes are still better than the best of jokes from college.
I was just gonna say this is at the very least a huge improvement from college.
Yes.
Good
college, I
Lord.
just wanted to torture y'all.
But yeah,
And again, y'all picked that one. I didn't pick it.
I don't want to get into the. We didn't. You wrote the option down.
And because of that,
you picked it.
Because of that.
But yeah, this movie is very guys being guys, bros being bros.
There's so many like that's like the biggest problem is all the characters are so extreme. Like,
But they're not like
and
bros.
cliche.
They're like they're not doing well.
Well, he's got like
They
couches
are-
covered
they-
in chips.
they-
And he's like,
I
"Wait,
think
that
it's
off?"
more
Come
of a
on.
loser feel they're trying to give to him, not like. I mean, yeah,
kinda
they do like
both.
fratty shit of like cracking open beers and shit, but
Yeah, but it's very
It's
like.
both.
I mean, there is the elements of like, I don't know, like the girls are there for one purpose, especially with the costumes. It's just like, look at the titties. We want these girls. Look at their titties.
Yeah, definitely not the PG-13 version.
I mean, but I wouldn't say Amanda Peet is that. Amanda Peet defends herself and kicks guys' asses multiple times.
Yeah, they do lock in her garage for a while though.
I mean, again, I'm not saying she shouldn't. She was escaping being kidnapped. I'm just saying she's not just like the weak female character.
I guess
she's
that's true.
badass. She's assertive. She's so dominant that she has complete control over Darren.
I don't know. She starts whacking him off while she's tied up.
She does jerk Steve Zahn off.
Yep.
But again, that was only
And sucks his finger.
She was trying to
Yeah.
get out again.
I don't know. No, remember at the very end she said that she liked it. That's the whole point at the end.
Oh, that's the
I
twist.
mean,
We're jumping to the end.
Checkmate.
Oh.
Checkmate.
Yeah, and for the audience, we know why you put it in the movie. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You want the audience to like it.
Yeah.
And with the Blink-182 instrumental. It's a
Much worse than Blink-182.
jacking off,
I don't.
and
And then the Asian guy in the bed later. Oh, and he's like
and
racist
then
as shit. He's got
that's
the
another
fucking
one. That's another one. That most of that scene is the same. I think literally they just edited a PG-13 version. They edited out him whacking off. It's just her knocking on his door and he's waking up. And he's like, and he's still the same again, super racist.
Yeah.
Young white girl, so horny, so impatient.
Jack Black's dropping the midget word.
You said the word. I don't
What,
know.
midget?
he
Bleep
does,
this out, please.
but I'm not blurring that
Censor
out.
this.
Jack Black does say it.
I don't even know why
says
we
that he
say
would never-
things like edit this or do
He
this.
says
It
it
never happens.
He says that he would never fuck one. That's the whole point of the joke. He's like, not too short. Not the rapper too short.
Life is too short. Oh, come on.
Talking to me?
God.
Let me talk about. Oh, I know what I want. I want to play a little game called Guess the Budget.
Guess the budget.
Yeah, because I was thinking while I was watching this, the budget had to be pretty damn big because all the stunts. I was actually pretty impressed with a lot of the stunt work in this. There's some great stunt work. There's a real car explosion going down a mountain. Remember that?
Don't
And
forget,
then
don't forget the ass replacement guy.
ass replacement surgery. That
Ass
really
stunt man.
disturbed me, to be honest with you.
No, him, the stunt
Is
man.
that really? I mean, that isn't like groundbreaking fucking.
Well, it's not groundbreaking, but
I mean,
you
even
gotta.
still, I don't
that's
think
that's
that
some money.
special effect of the butt implant was.
Well, that was practical effect. That's the thing.
I'm sorry, I used the wrong terminology. Then again, I guess we should elevate the show since it is a movie review show. The practical effect
I was talking about the guy who the stunt
didn't
double.
seem like that would cost the whole
The
lot.
ass stunt double.
Oh, there's an ass stunt double for Monty.
Stop calling her.
I feel like you knew he was going to cover
Oh,
that
and
before.
I have her name.
I didn't because
Even
I
cut
don't
it out.
even
Amanda
know what you're
Detner.
talking about.
Is her name. And and Neil Diamond is. They actually use him a lot.
Yeah, he's got to be the biggest part of
Yeah,
the
but
budget
is
for
that?
sure.
I don't know. Is that really a huge
I feel like it is.
get? You're having to. I don't know.
Well, and just guess the budget.
Okay, hang on. Let me think.
I'm gonna say.
Click Clack Jack has $1 million budget. Keep that in mind.
I'm gonna say. I'll go. A 30 million budget.
Okay, hang on.
All right, this is
Hang on,
Price
hold
is
on.
Right rules.
Hold on. Okay.
Now
all right.
wait, are we saying budget or like including the marketing bullshit too?
This is the budget that went into this film.
All right, so he's going. I gotta be safe. Playing playing these roles.
Playing Price is Right.
This is really edge of your seat.
I'm gonna say
shit.
15 million.
He's going
half.
He's going 15. You went 30.
Okay, yeah. What was it?
The budget of this film, which I was actually surprised by, is $22 million.
Okay. What'd you say?
15.
Oh,
Yeah, so he won. But
pretty.
But I thought it was going to be
pretty
higher.
close.
You're pretty close.
Yeah, but
I thought it was going to be higher.
We were both like 7 away.
I thought it was going to be more around 40
Price Right rules.
range. But no, 22.
You went over.
Neil Diamond, not but so
Checkmate yet again.
not but so expensive.
No, yeah, I guess.
That's what I was saying the whole time.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, you were saying that, but I was. but myself, I was shocked by it. And then I want to mention the director of this film.
I didn't even look this stuff up. Yeah, who is it?
All right, so I'm just gonna list off his other productions. Problem Child.
Yeah, I like Problems.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I've seen. Oh, you
I
haven't
know
seen.
Gilbert Godfrey's in it though.
Yeah.
And who else? The dad is
John Ritter.
John Ritter.
Is it John Ritter? Okay, yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
I love Happy Gilmore.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
The Benchwarmers.
Oh.
Chuck and Larry.
I
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
I still.
Yikes.
I mean, that's got funny moments.
never
but
seen
it's not great.
You don't mess with the Zohan.
That's
Oof.
bad.
Grown Ups.
Oh God.
We're starting to take a dip
That's
here.
getting
Who
bad.
is it? What's
Jack
his name?
and Jill
Oh.
Yikes.
and Grown Ups 2.
What's his name?
Seems like Doug something.
Oh. I'm so glad you looked up
It's
the
probably
man's
nothing even
entire
remotely close to that.
filmography, and yet,
His name's probably like Stewart
what's his
or
name?
something.
Doug.
I think it might be Doug. I think it starts with a D for short.
Jesus Christ.
and,
Okay, let's
Common
just,
theme of Steve Zahn fighting women. Did you notice that?
What
It
other
comes
women
full
do he
circle.
fight?
Remember the very beginning.
Yeah, in the opening he fights. When
Oh,
he's a
I
kid.
know who he fights
That's
in
his
this
character
movie,
arc,
but what
though.
is? Are you saying that's like across films he does?
No, I'm
this?
saying in this film, there's a bit heavy theme that Steve Zahn fights women.
Is this better than Strange Wilderness? I've never seen it.
I don't know, Evan.
I've never seen Strange Wilderness.
Pretty sure we have.
No, I swear you've never shown the movie.
I
swear.
We're gonna talk about this afterwards.
I promise you.
That's my next pick.
I think this is one of
No, it's
those.
not.
I think this is the one time where you don't remember watching the movie.
There's no way. We'll have to talk about this after.
We're gonna discuss that later. Strange Wilderness is also a bad movie, but it's got really funny moments because it's just so fucking stupid. I don't know.
Hot take.
All right, so we get into reviews.
Well, no, I don't want to.
Any more notes?
I don't want to get into ratings quite yet because.
Yeah, we still haven't talked about the end.
We haven't talked about the end.
Save. We
Oh,
did
you're
save
right,
the
you're right, you're
ending.
right.
Yeah.
The best joke in the movie.
The best joke of the film. This film was, taking a dip, and that's the thing is there are some very dated jokes. There's very dated stereotypes, even dated like gender roles. I feel like, and
Wait, which one?
I don't know why would you say
does that
dated
mean?
gender roles? Like again, Amanda Peet is a strong, independent woman who just happens like she chooses Darren because she can be the dominant one. That's not a relationship you normally see.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that part of it, but I feel like the real whole point of because even her, I mean, even the nun, all of her dresses outside of the nun thing are very revealing. She's dressed up as a stripper. I mean, there's titties everywhere, and then the
Yeah.
guys are just like dumbfounded over women, like turn into like morons, you know.
Well, they are dumb. that is part of their character traits. They're dumb.
That's true. One of them's lactose tolerant and dumb.
Lactose tolerant.
Lactose tolerant.
Lactose.
Never
But then
had
he
any of that
becomes. Then he
lactose.
discovers that he's
toast.
gay, and that's what's.
Oh,
been-
okay. So yeah,
been
let's
holding
definitely
him
get into
back.
the ending now.
Yeah.
We find out he's gay.
Okay, so the ending is they get caught for kidnapping Judith. That's the whole thing. And I feel like we barely, honestly, ended up talking about this movie. We went on weird tangents this whole time. Whatever. They kidnap Judith. They've gotten caught. They go to jail. As he would say, Army Hammer breaks them out. Then they go
game
and
show idea.
Then they go and that's the thing with this movie. The pacing is so bad. And then the ending, they're like, all right, break him out of prison. We're going to go get Sandy, stop her from renewing her vows. Then we're going to go kidnap Neil Diamond, convince him of our plan, drive, stop the other wedding.
Just to believe in his... All he has to do is believe in his music. That's how they convince him.
Stop the other wedding. While that's happening, apparently Darren is now fully in love with Sandy. Goes with her. Judith goes with Steve Zahn.
Yes.
And then, of course, the joke you all are leading up to is that Jack Black comes in carrying Armie
Hammer.
It's not his goddamn name.
New game
and he's
show.
like, I'm gay. And Armie Hammer is like, so am I.
And then they get married.
Yep.
It shows the other two getting married, and then it cuts to them getting
And then-
married.
And they make out.
And then three felons marry 3 other people at a Neil Diamond concert, and everything's
Yeah.
totally cool.
And the Neil Diamond concert's pretty good.
It is. It's a good concert.
Where did they,
It's a fantastic way to end a movie.
It is.
With
That,
Neil
that
Diamond
was
concert.
fantastic.
Okay, this might be a really stupid question, but that scene at the end, the end credits. Do you think they actually appeared on stage in a concert and they filmed it like up close, or do you think to promote the movie, or do you think do you think it was like shot like with the green screen or whatever? And like,
I think it was at the very least it was probably at like the end of a show, and they were like, "Hey, if y'all want to stick around, we're gonna film a scene for a movie." Because I mean, there's some overhead shots where you can see the whole cast on stage, and it's a decent amount of people, and with the budget of what again 22, I don't know if they're filling up a stadium full of extras.
Yeah.
They might again. I think it's probably just something like at the end of the show if you want to stick around.
And I think it's worth noting the joke when what's his name? Hamill Mill. Mark Hamill. What's his name?
Armie Hammer.
Who?
Armie Hammer. Mark Hamill.
Arlie.
Matt Hamill. The Hammer. Matt Hamill.
Oh God, I wanted to do that. Cut that out. Please, God,
if you ever actually edit something, Evan, go back to that
At least
one
I'm not shitting on
and
women
just
in
make
this
it go. Oh God! Now I'm gonna be stuck in a loop.
Yeah, we're both super cut.
What does it look like, Evan?
I'm so offended.
You have a great Matt Hamill impression, though.
I'm so offended. I don't believe in any of this. And remember, hey, cut back to me when I was talking about gender roles.
I added Matt on Facebook. We're friends on Facebook, Matt Hamill.
But that's how the movie ends.
Oh no, I think it's worth mentioning. That's what I was talking about with Emil. What's his name?
I don't care anymore.
Armie
Just
Hammer.
say what the fuck you're gonna say.
When the joke when he jumps out of the car was funny.
Oh
Yeah,
dude,
for sure.
That shit got me hard. That was actually really funny.
Absolutely.
He just
Yeah.
rolls out the fucking
And then immediately
window.
gets smashed by a car. I really wish they just killed him off, but then I realized later that he has to make out with Jack Black.
Yeah.
So, but that joke was worth it
Had
because
to.
that was a solid joke. So that in the end were definitely the best. And yeah, this movie was plummeting a little bit until the end, and then it really, it ended. That's the best thing you can do is
end on a high note.
End on an extreme high note.
Yeah.
Might raise the rating a little bit because the end. It's like what? It's like a fight. You
You leave-
steal the judges by
Yeah.
finishing strong.
Yeah.
You steal
And-
around that way.
And you're in a great mood when the credits are rolling.
Yeah.
And so that really does something.
Yeah.
I truly did end up liking a lot of Neil Diamond shit just because of this movie. Neil Diamond was a big part of my was in my repertoire of imitations for a while.
Really? Is that the X-Files?
Fuck's happening?
Oh, was that not? That's not the X-Files, is it?
That theme is scary.
Oh God. Okay.
Give us a little. Speaking of Home Alone 3.
Yeah, that's all in the intro. Why are we talking about this? All right, let's.
Oh, give us a little bit of that Neil Diamond impression.
That's younger days.
Give it, Colin. Give me some of that Matt Hamill.
No.
All right, well then I'm done talking about this movie.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't. With a bunch of these other childhood picks of mine, I come out feeling super defeated. This one is just kind of meh. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, the moments that I remember being really funny were still funny to me. Obviously I definitely noticed the whole pacing issue. There's a lot, like you said, it's outdated jokes. It's just, it's just a movie from that time.
Definitely not as big of an L as
Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble, Spawn, or
Yeah, your childhood stayed intact a little bit.
This wasn't total,
Wasn't
not a
as
total
bad.
L.
But it wasn't, you know.
Wasn't a big win.
No, not at all.
I'm still waiting on the day. Come across
That one
a
of them
banger.
just completely holds up. But
Yeah.
you know what? I was thinking, I was imagining me being 13 and seeing this movie and like sneaking into a theater to see it, or like watching it with a friend while it's on HBO or something. And I
watched this with my parents.
Yeah, that's nuts.
yeah, I would have had to definitely sneak
Again, this is
and watch this.
This is the R-rated version.
Even PG-13, I would have had to sneak.
Yeah.
PG-13. I don't know. You only get one fuck with PG-13.
Yeah.
No titties.
No titties. This was
No
abundance of
exposed
titties, which
titties.
also give it a couple points for me. So I'm glad we watched it. But I think I would have actually probably enjoyed this when I was like 13, which I feel like is like probably a lot of the demographic it's going for. So I want to put that into consideration for my rating as well.
Man.
I will say this season has absolutely shown my rose-colored nostalgia glasses.
Hey,
It's
we
really
actually
made me
learned something.
It's really made me realize, looking back on so many things, I'm like, was it good? Was it actually good anymore? I don't trust anything anymore from my childhood. So
Except
thanks for that.
We learned something, but Chef's Love Shack, still great.
For me, y'all sucked.
We were terrible at that game.
But it was still fun.
Was it?
I enjoyed it.
Like every level, you guys just immediately ate shit. Like you didn't even play most of the games.
Let's go to an ad break.
Oh, wait.
I got an ad. Who wants to read it?
This episode of The House of Rouse is brought to you by
The Hammer. The Hammer. The Hammer. The Hammer.
Magnets. Yes, it's us. Magnets. Forget about us. We're still here, doing stuff, being useful. You dumb fucks. You don't even know how important we are to the world. Magnetic fields? Heard of them?
The band?
Need that shit. Reverse polarization? That's needed. Y'all better start buying us again. You'll all be crying if we were gone. Fast roller coasters? That's us too. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
But magnets. Promo code hashtag fucking magnets morons.
Wow.
Wow. Do you know?
Wait, what am I buying?
You better go buy a fucking magnet.
Dude, how do magnets even work?
You know, that's what,
It doesn't even make sense.
that just
Miracles.
brought me back. Do you remember those long sticks? And then you had the metal ball, and you'd like put the long magnet sticks on the metal ball, and you'd be playing around with it.
What?
It's like a box of all these type of magnets when you were a kid.
Wait. Oh,
I just
remember
handed you a
Sticks and
box of
balls
magnets.
I do remember that.
Yeah, see?
It had all different kind of shapes magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh.
And you had to pick them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could make like geometric shapes with them, like different like
See,
triangles, like
yeah,
three
ours were-
triangles
mine
and
wasn't like
squares
that.
and
Maybe
shit
we-
like that.
We had like long sticks, and on the end of it was a magnet, and then like balls that were magnets, and you just
Oh yeah.
kind of fumble them around.
You know, maybe we have been taking advantage of the fact of magnets exist.
Yeah, that
There's really
now I've learned something.
Yeah. Now I've
Like this type shit.
No.
no.
There's like little. That's what I was thinking of. You guys are weird.
And then we played
I think we're all talking about something different.
and then Mickey Mouse Racing on the Nintendo 64.
What?
What
does that
so let's
have
go
to
to
do with
let's go to ratings.
Oh
We'll go down the line. I'll start it off.
man, I almost went really last. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now. Towards the end of this film, I was heading towards like a high 40s rating.
He's just drawing faces on his pants at one point.
I came up with a brand new idea called Face Pants, where it's just jeans that are filled with different cartoon faces. I think I could actually sell it. So this is my prototype. Secondly, high 40s, low 50s range. But then the ending was so shocking. Just to see Jack Black make out with the guy from Full Metal Jacket. Really, really busted my chops. And just, you know, threw a few points in there. So granted that, the great concert with the credits and a fair amount of titties. I bumped it up to a 60. Right on the dot.
Really?
That's a little high for me.
A little bit worse than The Box is where I'm going to throw this movie.
Wow.
So
I think I'd still rather watch this than The Box.
Yeah. But now I wish I knew what I gave The Box, because I do like this better than The Box.
So I'm going to give this a 60 flat.
It's too high. I don't know how much lower I could.
A little better than King Kong.
Oh my god. Fucking idiot. I'm gonna give it a 5. Yeah, 5 out of 10.
It wasn't a bad time, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't awful. There was some parts that were kind of cringy because the jokes weren't hitting, and some lulls and all the other negatives talked about. But
I don't regret it.
there was enough good jokes thrown in there to not make it terrible. I mean,
you know what? I actually totally agree with that. I think I'll go like, yeah, probably right in the middle, a C.
yeah,
I think it is. I think
improv,
it's.
too.
I think it's fun. I think there's at least good chemistry with like Steve Zahn, Jack Black.
Yes.
There's definitely some good elements, but then there's the bad elements are really bad. I think it really is right there down the middle. It's memorable enough that I still had fond memories of it. But on rewatch, I can see plenty of the bad shit. So yeah, right there in the middle. C.
Well, there you have it. A lot of our films this season have been right down the middle. It's been a very average season. This will be season 3, the average season.
You could skip this one. You could watch it. It doesn't really matter.
You can watch it.
You'll only be skipping a third of our content.
You won't. You won't love it, but you know you might not regret it.
You won't have missed anything really, but I mean, you still might have a good time if you check it out.
Yeah. Just watch the Rousers. Just wait for the Rousers to come out.
We just need to get drunk for every episode.
A rough time.
All right, so Hunter, what's our top 5 coming up?
We're gonna be going into top 5 frontmen of all time.
Top 5 frontmen. Let's hit that transition song.
Oh God, what's gonna
Hunter's
happen?
memory. The hammer. The hammer. The hammer. The hammer.
This is
the hammer. The hammer. The hammer.
the transition song.
The hammer.
Transition song. Transition song.
We're slowly this podcast is just a torture. We're going into Hunter's childhood with all the movies, his old videos. We're just completely showing his entire growing up.
I don't like this.
And then we're melding our childhood memories into yours, so then it all gets twined up in your brain and you go insane.
Yeah.
Big Fat Liar is now
not gonna end well.
warped into your mind. With Ready to Rumble and all of it.
Is this all a
Monty?
part of us coming back in from the transition?
I don't know. This might stay in, it might go out. I don't know.
It all started with Big Fat Liar. It's going to end with Big Fat Liar.
That's true.
It's all coming full circle.
And we're back.
Um,
Top 5 frontmen. I didn't really put any stipulations, although I would say
he said no women.
Wow, I didn't say that.
I didn't say it.
I would be hard pressed for any hip hop act to make its way into it, just because. I don't. You know. Well, I guess there's a decent amount of groups, but that's still. I don't know,
And
it's just
you're
like
saying
different.
Beyonce doesn't count, correct?
No, Beyonce would count because she was the front man of Destiny's Child. I don't think any of them would ever come out and say that, but she was the obvious front man. Just like, I feel like most front men in a band, most people wouldn't want to fully acknowledge it to be like, oh yeah, I'm the reason everybody's coming to see shit, you know?
Okay, but just her Destiny's Child stuff would count.
Yeah. Just her stuff under. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I would say just your Destiny stuff.
I guess. Yeah.
But
This is why Elton John should count. Right here.
See, my thing is like, because now I'm thinking about it. Because I'm thinking about one of the ones on my list. I don't know.
Great content.
Yeah, all right. If you're, I don't know. It's just
Everyone
like,
stares.
yeah.
saying nothing.
Is it Tim Duncan?
Maybe we'll just have to talk about it. Whatever. All right.
Frank Zappa?
We're gonna see what happens.
What's the first guy you box in heavyweight knockout 2000? What's his name?
David Brunch. David Brunch. But why are you thinking about that right now? That's so weird.
All right,
David
somebody
Bunch.
start.
David Bunch.
David
Bunch, not Brunch.
Somebody,
I'm gonna make a
somebody
biography
start this
boxing
list.
film about David Bunch.
All right.
Oh, no,
whose
I
go is it?
start. We go down the line this time. On Hunter's picks, I go first. I think so. Right?
It doesn't
So I was
matter.
thinking, like, you know, Phil Collins' Genesis, he's the front man. But then when he's just Phil Collins, I guess he still has a band. I don't know.
Oh, actually, you know what? I think Colin might go first.
I don't care.
Yeah, Colin, you go first.
Oh,
My
for
bad.
this list
My
as well,
apologies.
Colin didn't seem as enthused. And I was like, I feel like I can pick the people that would be on your list. I have written what I believe Colin's list should be. Most likely.
Based on what you would think I would put.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not really big into live music, I guess. I don't like go to a ton of concerts, and I don't like actively watch a bunch of YouTube concerts. So my list is more kind of what you were saying earlier in the group chat, was like just like the feel and like the power that someone's like voice, like through their emotions and stuff, carries. And there is a lot of I've seen everyone live on my list, I should say, but just not like an extensive amount, which is what makes me not as like passionate about it, because I would, like, if someone had a different argument for someone reputable, I wouldn't have a lot of pushback, because I probably haven't even like seen a lot of their stuff, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm pretty much like the embodiment of like rock, what I felt like.
I can predict yours too now.
So what gets the juices flowing. Hopefully I'll have a lot to say about it. Who knows? All right, number 5, Roger Daltrey from The Who.
Okay.
He's just got a fucking powerful voice. You know, like Won't Get Fooled Again, or like
That's a
lot of parts where he's just like screaming and Who Are You? There's like a lot of and he's got so many like super I don't even know, like high energy and like lots of build up and just kind of like tone shifts in songs, and you know their band was like just known for being absolutely crazy, like, you know, Keith Moon, one of the most insane drummers or anyone in a band ever.
Probably most depressed drummers too.
I don't hate that, but at the same time, I almost feel like the other members of the band were so over the top and also a huge draw that it almost kind of hurts.
That he's
him.
just as good as everyone else.
Yeah, it kind of
that's true.
hurts him in my eyes.
That's true, but I mean, they can all still be amazing at the same time.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't hate that, especially at 5. Yeah,
his
you
just
can make
voice.
that argument 100%.
And I just think of, as stupid as it sounds, I always just think of the CSI Miami intro. Even I've never like really seen that show, but that's like the classic
it's a
moment he
great whale.
puts the glasses
Yeah.
on, and that fucking whale from Won't Get Fooled Again comes on.
Yeah, it looks like this guy's a fish out of water.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great rock whale.
Yeah, and you know, what's the guitarist's name?
Best rock scream.
Shoot, what's the guitarist's name again? Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend. God, that
and
was
Keith
bugging
Moon.
me.
Yeah, he does the windmill, you know, all that crazy shit.
Invented the windmill.
Yeah, so, and that one was funny, was when I was reading like other lists. It wasn't as high as I put it, I don't think, on a lot of them, but it was someone that I hadn't even like really thought about, and then I was like, oh, that's a sneaky one.
Yeah.
And there was a couple other that were kind of close.
Every time what's crazy, every time we bring up any type of top 5 for musicians and stuff, the Who always slips in somewhere.
Yeah,
So that just
they're
shows
one of the best, one of the best ever.
Yeah, that just shows you how fucking good they are.
All right, number 4. This is probably one everyone saw. David Lee Roth.
I can't believe he's a 4.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing, obviously, and I think Van Halen after him doesn't exist. I just pretend like that never happened.
What
'cause
about Pound Cake?
There's a couple. There's like 3 songs maybe that are good. The rest of it's complete ass. But
Sammy Hagar had like multiple albums with them, right?
yeah, they
I think more than with David
like,
Lee Roth.
There's like 3 songs total that are good. But yeah, he's. I mean, you could argue he's higher.
I can't believe you're not. Again, I'm shocked he's a 4.
Yeah, he's kind of like the whole package. He's got the crazy, unique voice and like, trademark things like his screams and stuff, and is known for just wearing these outrageous outfits and like flying in.
Yeah, created a whole genre. Glam rock.
Oh God. And flying in on I thought you said something else. What I was gonna say. Flying in on the what do you call it? The not zip line, but you know what I mean. Flying in on the stage. And,
high wire.
Yeah, whatever.
Something like that.
And they're top 3 favorite bands maybe of all time. So
I mean, again, I feel like you could argue him higher.
Yeah.
The energy he brought to it,
Yeah.
the look, the style.
and he's also someone you could say too, like Eddie Van Halen's almost just like equally as important as he was. They're both like 2.
But again, in that instance, I almost feel like even with as amazing as Eddie Van Halen is, David Lee Roth still found a way to overshadow him. Like that's how good he was.
Oh
as a
yeah.
frontman.
And they have some of the greatest music videos ever. How for Teacher is fucking amazing.
Also, I just remembered that on a top 100 frontman list I saw, George Clinton was on there. So he didn't have a band. It was just George Clinton.
No, it was George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic.
Got him.
This whole thing.
Checkmate.
I don't
Check
buy
both
this.
you.
I don't
know. It's because once again, I was thinking about it. It's just like I said, like if your name is something, then I don't. But there's still, I don't know, because again, if you go to an Elton John concert, you're gonna barely notice the band. It's just all gonna be focused on him at the piano. They're gonna be there, but
Doesn't
like,
that prove how good of a frontman he is?
None of them are gonna come up and like do their part and then come back. Like there's no interaction with the band. Like a true frontman is gonna interact with a band.
Yeah, it's kind of like how if you're just the artist Elton John, it's almost like they only market that part too. It's like that you're only going to see the Elton John thing. Like people don't even know, people couldn't like tell you. Most people couldn't tell you like the guitarist is the drummer. Or anything like
exactly.
Even though it's probably consistently the same people.
Again, just keep going because I'm gonna have to argue my way out of this at one point.
Yeah. So anyways, David Lee Roth number 4. Number 3, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yep.
Okay, this is the one I've been thinking about the whole time.
Yeah, I mean he's got to be. I mean, he's like the most iconic.
Yeah, only his Black Sabbath stuff counts.
See, but I mean, now that's the one that I feel like can almost break the rule because
Randy Rhoads.
People know his guitarist. People even know Zakk Wylde took after. Like then there's still this interaction with an actual rock band, even though now he's technically solo.
I will say this: the fact that he has Black Sabbath obviously makes it so he has to be in. Like you have to allow him, but I mean, even if you're just looking at his solo stuff, I mean, he's probably the most iconic metal voice maybe ever.
And his solo stuff is where he started getting into more of the crazy, like, antic shit.
Yeah, biting the bats' heads off and all that shit.
Yeah, that was solo shit. Are you gonna not count any of that? I mean, that's classic.
Okay, well,
rock
if he counts, Marilyn Manson counts without a doubt.
I would have no problem counting Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
Again,
you guys in the audience,
there's just something about the inner, like I don't know. I feel like it's almost
comment
like
below. Is Elton John frontman?
I feel like it's almost like if you're just gonna go by your name and not have a band attached, it's got to be like a 4 or 5 person band. You know what I mean? There's still got to be some type of interaction. It can't be just you on the stage. It's got to be you plus some other people, but you're the one commanding it, driving the ship. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Does Hans Zimmer count?
Shut the.
Also,
right.
what if someone's been in a band and done solo stuff that have both been of equal importance or like close to equal, then do you just count all of it? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Just keep going.
But anyway,
I totally agree. I like
Ozzy.
I like the Ozzy pick a lot.
So yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
He's done. I mean, he is metal.
He helped shape what all of metal and rock looks like.
Yeah, he's.
I know. When they said he needed to sound more like Foreigner, he left the band. He said, "All right, fuck you."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an absolute legend. Number 2, Robert Plant. I saw a lot of lists that had him as number 1 or 2. But Led Zeppelin's maybe like my favorite band of all time, I think. And the thing about them too is that like all of them are equally as good.
A band where
it's a super band.
You know you know all of their names.
Yeah,
they're all incredibly talented.
They're all every one of them is in like the top like 10 or 20, like greatest whatever their instrument is or of all time. And then I've actually listened to a ton of Led Zeppelin live. And I still say, out of all the ones at least I've heard, How the West Was Won, which is one of their live albums, is the best live album I've ever heard. And he just got like, again, super recognizable voice and like a unique style. I mean, even the way he looks and the way he like moves on stage. I've actually seen him in concert, so I've seen like a ton of them. But
you saw who in concert?
Robert Plant.
You saw him in concert?
Yeah, I saw him with his other band. I forget what they're called. It's like Robert Plant and the something.
Yeah, Robert Plant and the somethings.
When did you see that?
I forget. It was like
during the Van Halen thing?
No, it was like separate from that. I saw it like
I saw him at Bonnaroo.
Maybe like a year or two after Van Halen. And that concert was crazy because we got there and like a tornado hit and had to postpone the concert. But the tornado didn't hit like where we were. We just got a crazy storm. So like while the concert was happening, the whole sky was just black and there was lightning and shit was flying all over the place. And then the light show was crazy for that. Probably the best like lighting for any concert I've been to.
Damn.
So yeah, and they opened up with Lemon Song by Led Zeppelin. So that's pretty sweet. And then number 1 I feel like is pretty predictable. I'd be shocked if everyone doesn't have this as number 1. Freddie Mercury. He's literally known as like the greatest frontman of all time. Almost every single list beside, like it was either Robert Plant or Freddie Mercury. I feel like on every list I looked at, and I would totally agree. I haven't seen a ton of their live stuff or listened to a lot of their live albums, but I've seen like, the iconic, the moment, like in Bohemian Rhapsody, which isn't a great movie, but like, what is it, Live Aid? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just watch that shit alone, and that one performance will make you pick him number 1.
Honestly, even that part of the movies.
Yeah, it's really good.
That movie might not be great, but that part is fantastic.
Yeah,
it got me hyped.
And he's like he is the embodiment of a frontman because he is. It's Queen, but almost everyone only knows most people just specifically know him. They don't know like
the guitar.
They couldn't tell fantastic. You. They're all great. Obviously, I just mean like most people would only know Freddie Mercury is.
I feel like a lot of people would know Brian May.
I didn't know his name. I had no clue.
His guitar skills are fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. But
Freddie Mercury is the.
I mean, he's arguably the greatest vocalist of all time. So. Yeah, I don't know how you wouldn't have him number 1.
I think if you're making a greatest vocalist of all time list, he's gonna be in the top 5.
At least like rock vocalist.
He had like a 4-octave range.
Just male or male and female.
It's tough. But even still, even male and female, he's probably at least making the argument for 5.
I'm not putting him in top 5.
Stupid.
If we're including female,
all right, whatever. Okay, so I agree with that pick.
All right,
I was only 1 off.
Oh really? So I'm guessing it wasn't the Who.
I'm shocked.
I didn't have Daltrey.
By 2 of yours.
All right, let me start here. Did you guess Lane Staley? No. Oh, that was one of our honorable mentions.
I have 2 that I thought for sure.
Do you want to read? Do you want to? I'll list off the way I thought this was gonna go. I thought you were gonna have 5 Freddie Mercury, 4 Ozzy Osbourne, 3 Bruce Dickinson.
That was my honorable mentions.
I didn't think that.
Iron Maiden. I thought you'd have. I thought he'd be there. And then I put 2 David Lee Roth, 1 Robert Plant. That's how I thought your list would go.
I thought for sure.
I was still only 1 off.
I thought for sure singer of Tool.
Honorable mentions.
And I thought
that's what I was going to talk about.
And he's not that great of a front man if you don't know his fucking name.
Maynard James Keenan.
And I thought
he doesn't know it.
I don't listen to a lot of Tool, but I think I should probably. And I thought
he's amazing.
Singer of Alice in Chains.
Yeah, Lane Staley. Yeah.
I thought for sure those 2 would be in there.
Yeah, but he's also made great because of those harmonies. Like that's not.
Well, he's
delivering on your vocals, I think, has a big thing to do with being a frontman.
He's got great energy. I've actually listened to a lot of their live stuff too.
All right, run yours back.
Yeah, number 5, Roger Daltrey. Number 4, David Lee Roth. Number 3, Ozzy Osbourne. Number 2, Robert Plant. And number 1, Freddie Mercury.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Bam.
So let's go into my top 5 frontmen.
All right.
I'm not gonna take too much time on
I
it.
always wonder. There's like still 2 ads we have to get in here.
Yeah.
Just so stupid.
I'm gonna go. All right, let me start it off with number 5, Gene Simmons.
Really?
How could you talk about frontman and not count?
I mean, he is super famous.
And then fucking fire going everywhere. There's blood, and then hello.
But even still,
Here I am. Here we are.
but even still,
we
he's
go.
he's like a co-front man.
Get out.
Dude, you're in the side. Dude, come on.
He's like a co-front man though.
he isn't. He's not even the singer, right? Isn't he?
No,
he's the
not.
bassist.
Yeah, he's the bassist. He's not the main singer. He helps out on like.
He
all
is-
I
these
don't give a
choruses.
fuck.
He is the
But
front
he's
man.
not even.
I don't give a fuck. Gene Simmons' Family Jewels on A&E.
I mean, you can make the argument that he's the front man for Kiss. He's the most
No, he is
recognizable.
definitely the front
he's
man.
the most recognizable face, but he's not the. He's not really the lead vocalist.
No.
I don't care.
He is.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say.
I mean, I saw him on some lists, but he was like 75.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have him talk to him.
Dude, his tongue's like down here.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, everyone does know who he is when you see him.
Gene
obviously.
Simmons' Family
Why do you
Jewels.
keep saying that?
Is it Gene Simmons or Sting? New game
I actually
show.
watched a lot of that show.
Sting from WWE.
Gene Simmons just has like a whole office of just Kiss memorabilia. It's like, here's all the ways we sold out. I'm just saying, man.
All
like,
I know is,
You know what? I like Kiss.
if you hear that
I like
album,
Kiss
what is
They
it
got
called?
some good songs.
Destroyer?
They're
Is that the
also
name of the
one
album?
the biggest sellouts in like rock history.
What they sell out? I don't know anything about them.
They did like a disco record.
Well, they were just trying out new things.
They tried to make like a cartoon movie. They put their face on any product they could to push it.
I Was Made for Loving You's catchy.
Again,
Destroyer's
I like
an album.
Kiss songs.
Do you love me?
I like Kiss songs. But they're still huge sellouts.
Shout it out loud. Come
Okay,
on.
let's.
All right, what's number 4?
I don't like that. I don't.
Number 4, Brian Johnson.
You know what?
Wow.
I don't think he's a better frontman than Bon Scott, but I think he's a better vocalist.
Wow. I hate that. I really hate that.
I mean, he is great though.
If you're gonna put either one of them, it's Bon Scott. It's not even close.
Okay, can I do Brian Johnson / Bon Scott? Can I
No,
just throw them
you
both
can't
in there?
because you already said the stupid thing that pissed me off.
Can I do both?
Nope,
have
you
way
can't.
more
You
hits.
got to choose.
They do have way more hits with Brian Johnson.
The thing is, Brian Johnson has been doing it for so long, and the thing is he's like.
They still had a decent amount of albums with
No,
Bon Scott.
I like the thing is I like Bon Scott more. Don't get me wrong. I listen to Bon Scott music, AC/DC. I listen to those albums way more than I listen to the Brian Johnson albums. But Brian Johnson's in his like 70s, and he's still full throttle.
Brian Johnson got kicked out the band.
Dude, he's still full throttle rocking. Just for like
No, he's not. He's out of the band.
they
But
made a
he's
brand new
deaf.
album.
Isn't he deaf?
They just dropped a new album.
I'm pretty sure that's with Axl Rose now.
They do live with Axl Rose only.
Well, I knew.
I remember
remember
reading
that
an article
happening.
where they like sent Brian, like they basically told him he was out of the band by
So-
sending his luggage back home to him after he had to get like
I
throat
thought
surgery.
he came back though.
No,
No,
so here's what I thought happened because Sarah bought tickets for me and her to go to a concert, AC/DC concert, and about like a month before the concert, the doctors told him that if he continued the tour, he was already deaf in one ear, he was going to go deaf in his other ear, and he was going to be completely deaf. So they instead of canceling it, they replaced it with Axl Rose. We canceled our tickets because I don't give a shit. I hate Guns N' Roses, and
we just lost 4 subscribers from that.
they have some good songs, but mostly it's garbage.
No, I'm not a big fan.
So anyways, but then I think what happened was he ended up getting, after the tour got cleared, and I think he is doing it again. I think.
Because
Alright,
they just released a new album called Rock or Bust, and it's
Alright.
actually pretty good. But okay, just for the record, Brian Johnson, Bon Scott.
Nope. It's just Brian Johnson. You picked.
Number 3, David Byrne, from the Talking Heads.
God. What?
David Byrne.
That is.
You know what? You know what his next two are gonna be? It's gonna be the fucking guy from the Clash and then Jack White.
Oh, what's the guy from? I did see him on a list.
Number 3.
It's gonna take a real fucking pretentious turn.
All right, no, I know it's gonna be. I can call it right now. Continue though. I know exactly what it is. I'm gonna say your next one though.
Okay. Number 3, David Byrne from the Talking Heads. David Byrne is an amazing songwriter and a great frontman. He's still performing to this day. They just released a documentary on him, HBO, about him performing and stuff. And he's fantastic. I've watched tons of his live performances. He loves to get people on stage and dance with him on stage and like just a whole group. And I don't know. He's just so pure at heart and still putting on killer performances. He has a solo career, which I know we can't really count, but he uses a full orchestra and stuff on his live performances still. And
Talking Heads, is that When the Days Go By? That song?
yeah, which is a fantastic song. Don't hate on that. That song's great.
Number 3.
And then
Front
and then
man of
burn
all
it down
time.
the house. Bob that. You bought the
I know it's intentional.
Yes.
I know it's intentional, but everything he sings is like so off key. It's so weird.
It's just
I love him.
It's not like I dislike the Talking Heads, but number 3 front man.
David Byrne's
all
amazing.
time.
David Byrne's amazing.
I really hate your list.
He's either gonna have Jack
Man,
White
I thought I
or-
was gonna hate his more, and I really hate yours.
Jack White or Lou Reed is up next.
David Byrne is amazing.
All right.
And there's tons of people that will
Is
be
Neil Young
pro
gonna
that.
sneak in there?
Who?
Could it be Neil Young?
Number 2, Jack White.
That's me, Lou
Who's
Reed.
won that?
Number 2 is Jack White, and I always am on my pedestal about Jack White, but the man has not had a set list since 1999, and has
See,
had
like
multiple
even Jack
bands,
White's solo stuff, I feel like I would count
because he has
because he has
definitive bands.
bands.
Yeah.
It's not like huge. It's just like a
Well,
it's like a 5-6 person band.
Yeah,
It's
and I can tell you
it's
a
normal
lot of the
rock band.
members.
That doesn't
Lily,
count. You're just a fucking obsessed with it.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, dude hasn't had a set list since 1999. Is all just about being in the moment. He's one of those dudes who makes everyone put their phones in a bag at the door. I've actually gotten to see him with the Raconteurs, which was amazing, and the chemistry he has with everybody is fantastic. Every band he's ever done, and especially with Meg White. It's just, I mean, he is pure blues in the moment. Let's put everything into this. And that's what he's all about. And so, as much as I love Jack White, and I annoy people with it, he still is allowed to, earns being on this list.
Here's the thing. Him at 5, I can honestly, it's a strong argument. He's across multiple different bands, slight changes to the sound. Most of the time the sound's kind of, it's all
Especially on his newest
blues,
album.
rock, folksy. It's all, it's all
Goes funky on the
somewhere,
newest one.
somewhere in that region. But he can, he can do it across multiple different bands, multiple different styles. So him at 5, yeah, totally.
Here's my honorable mentions.
2?
I think he's the second greatest frontman, yeah.
Stupid.
I do.
All right, well, who's 1?
He's brilliant. If you watch his live, watch him play Jolene live. Just watch that alone. Number 1, Freddie Mercury. Number 1, Freddie Mercury is the greatest frontman. Freddie Mercury was born just to do that. That's what his sole purpose in life was, and you can't argue with it. He's the greatest frontman of all time. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. The dude. Everyone knows Freddie Mercury. Everyone knows all of his moves. People who aren't even avid music listeners know what Freddie Mercury does live. So, he's the GOAT.
That's the only part of your list that makes sense. I hate the rest.
I feel like even if you put him against, any other genre frontman, like Michael Jackson or something, he's still better than all of them.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
That's just my opinion, though.
He's the GOAT. So, number 5, Gene Simmons. Number 4, Brian Johnson, Bon Scott.
No, it's Brian Johnson.
Number 3.
You chose.
I like the AC/DC albums with Bon Scott better. David Byrne, number 3. Number 2, Jack White. Number 1, Freddie Mercury. And before we get to Hunter's list, let's cut to a quick ad break.
This episode of the House of Rouse is brought to you by...
That's real short. All right, this episode we're sponsored by... Give me 1 second. Okay, hold on. I'm looking for it. Trust me, it's in here somewhere. No, I don't need your help. I got it.
Who's is someone talking to you?
Hold tight. It's coming. All right, never mind. Call 1-800-LOST. You don't receive anything. I could just really use some help.
So fucking stupid.
I really don't know what just happened, to be honest. I swear to God, I don't have the slightest clue.
Was someone talking
Dude,
to
I don't know. I'll tell you. I swear to God, I cannot tell you what just happened.
That person is lost in multiple ways, it sounds
Call.
like.
Just give him a call.
Yeah, so
pretty easy to remember.
One ad is it was just pure anger about magnets. The other one is someone just completely
Desperate.
lost, needing someone to call about them, or they've lost something.
I don't know.
It's a mystery.
I'm not sure if that I was supposed to be reading that like it was me saying it, or if someone is. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe that's what he wanted.
Okay. All right. So, top 5 frontmen. This list. I don't know why I did this list. I thought it was going to be more tension in this list. I thought he would be much more passionate, maybe fighting for like David Lee Roth, Bruce Dickinson's type stuff, but it just didn't happen. Then your fucking list. Fuck your fucking list.
And say here's the actual list. That's what That's what we do.
I don't even want to say that now. Number 5 is Rob Halford, lead singer of Judas Priest.
Damn, I did not see that one coming.
This one is just honestly more.
Judas Priest.
He just kind of embodied. He kind of almost gave rock its look. 5 for me was going to be between him and Lemmy, and because I just felt like they both kind of embodied that look and sound and feel. Yeah, the leather. The
guy from Ace of Spades.
Huh?
Yes. The guy from
That's
Motorhead.
Yeah, Motorhead. Yeah.
Oh, not Ace, but yeah. So
The guy from Ace of Spades?
The guy from Ace of
Spades.
The movie Ace of Spades with Tim Sylvia.
Oh, nice. But anyway, yeah, no, I think he just culminated, like he embodied that spirit of rock. And then it's also just a great twist that he came out and was gay, and that's probably what led to a lot of the leather wearing.
I almost said the lead guy from Accept.
But yeah, that one I wouldn't even fight for hard. 5 was kind of tricky for me because again, it was kind of just I wanted somebody that kind of like embodied that look and feel of what the rock frontman kind of was, and ended up just going that way. All right,
I don't hate it.
number 4, Robert Plant. Robert Plant went down on my list just a bit, just because again he's a part of a supergroup. You can name every fucking member of that band because they're all exceptionally talented at their instrument. But he has an incredibly commanding voice. Obviously they played huge stadium type tours. He could command the attention of everybody. Again, I've seen him in concert. He can go from that rock feel to that whimsical feel, and you're just riding the journey along with him.
Yep.
So yeah, we've talked about Robert Plant plenty. Number 3, Bon Scott. You fuck.
I knew he was going to be in there.
and you know what? I agree. We had the same thing.
No, you don't.
We had the same thing.
Bon Scott honestly started off higher on the list. He was close to 2 or 1 because he was the main one I was thinking about when I first picked this list. I think he really does embody a lot of what a rock frontman was.
He's a blueprint.
He was greasy. He was bluesy. He had like the sex appeal, but then like I'll still fucking shank you in an alleyway, like danger rock feel.
Yeah.
Even the way he fucking went out is pretty rock and roll, choking to death on your own vomit.
Man, I can't remember.
I mean,
think it's Brian Johnson, but there's that concert video where they're singing, man, I'm getting it all mixed up. I think it's Highway to Hell, and it's like in Brazil or something, and that crowd is nuts, dude. It is insane.
If
like,
it's
the
a
whole
super,
arena's like
if it's
red.
like a super crowd, it's probably Brian Johnson.
It's
I mean,
nuts.
AC/DC was big with Bon Scott, but they weren't doing those massive tours until like the Brian Johnson.
The whole stadium is like lit red. Like everybody's.
And that's the other great thing about Bon Scott is Bon Scott was able to do these, like, once they finally became popular, these huge tours, not to the level of later on, but then he also came up doing kind of almost like small bar dive shows, and he was still commanding crowds like that, like you know. But anyway, Bon Scott, number 3, not fucking Brian Johnson.
I agree with that.
Number 2, Freddie Mercury.
Oh man, I have no idea what number 1's gonna be then.
Number 2, Freddie Mercury.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know exactly what it is.
For all the reasons you guys said, absolutely. I mean, that's one who commanded stadiums full of people.
Oh, I know who it is.
And you know, amazing vocal range. Again, I think there's still a lot. You know, there's harmonies in Queen, but it's not to the. I feel like Alice in Chains is more. You know, that's more lenient on the harmonies than like a Queen is.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, for all those reasons, again, he, like you said, there's even the classic pose of him just being a fucking front man, like, and the spotlight being down on him.
Yep.
So yeah, I completely understand why he's number 1 for most people, and now I have to argue my way out of something else because my number 1 is Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh shit! I did not see that going.
Who did you think it was going to be?
I thought it was gonna be Ozzy Osbourne
I
because
didn't
you
know
were
that.
talking about. You were saying my list has Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah,
man.
Who did you think it was going to be?
Oh, who was I just? Oh, I was thinking you're gonna say Jimi Hendrix
Oh no.
because he's in the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
No, not Hendrix. Anyway, it's Ozzy. And one of my main reasons is because he did it for so long across 2 different bands.
Yeah.
He didn't command as much probably in Black Sabbath. Obviously, his voice is a huge part of that, his storytelling. But, you know, that's another kind of super group with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler. You know, they're all so proficient at their shit. And Ozzy was kind of the dark horse out of the group. Like, they didn't even honestly kind of want him in Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
But, you know, he still kind of commanded that frontman respect. But then when he went solo, again, I would still count that because we know Randy Rhoads and even the replacement for Randy Rhoads, Zakk Wylde. Like, we know their names. Like, it's still part of that kind of band. And that's when all the antics came in, the biting the head off the bat. And even when he got older into, like, his 60s, you know, he's still going around. He's got, like, water guns on the fucking stage to fuck around with the crowd. Like, he's become more playful than just the Prince of Darkness, but he's still keeping it up across this many decades.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only thing that might have helped put him over Freddie Mercury is just because Freddie Mercury died too early, which sucks to say it that way, but Ozzy ended up sustaining it for so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so number 5, Rob Halford. Number 4, Robert Plant. Number 3, Bon Scott. Number 2, Freddie Mercury. Number 1, Ozzy Osbourne. Yep.
So yours was a blend of both of our lists, pretty much.
Don't say both of your lists because ours had nothing in common except for Freddie Mercury.
And AC/DC.
Nope, nuh-uh.
It sure did.
No. Honorable mentions, I would have gone with, I couldn't believe Bruce Dickinson didn't make it into your list.
I don't mention.
I would also, because that's a, you know, stadium filling voice that can just, you know, take
Yeah.
over.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I
I had
feel like we mentioned most of the other things though.
Eddie Vedder, Lane Staley, Mayor James Keenan, Jack White, Billy Joe Armstrong, also a great frontman.
Sure.
Um,
Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the
Dave
Machine.
Grohl.
Yeah, for
Amazing.
Zach De La Roche, yeah. Because he's made a transition to,
Yeah, he's
you
in
know,
several other
rap
things.
and shit. You know, yeah,
Jim
different
Morris, Jim Morrison, and this was supposed to be only men, right? Is that the
No.
rule? Okay. I had Janis Joplin also as honorable mention because she's fucking amazing too.
Yeah.
Janis Joplin is fantastic. My honorable mentions, I had. This doesn't technically count, which is why it's not honorable mention, but the whole band Galactic. But they have their frontman left, so they do guest frontmen for every concert. But that's the best concert I've ever seen. Mick Jagger, Beyonce, Lou Reed, Robert Plant, Bono, Johnny Cash, and
that's a good one.
Okay.
the Ramones.
The all of the Ramones?
Yeah.
I don't know any other names.
A front man
Joey
means there's
Ramone.
one guy. It's not front
I
men.
think it's Joey. I think Joey Ramone was the frontman.
Yeah, it's not front men. Man.
Well,
Who's the
Ramones.
front man to
Singular.
Survivor?
Oh, that's Johnny Richard.
Is that actually right?
Is that true? Okay.
All right. So before we get to
God.
our reveal, let's do our last ad.
This makes total sense.
Well, they stick around. This keeps the tension up for the reveal.
I don't think there's been much tension in this episode.
This episode of the House of Rouse is brought to you by...
Dude.
This is a full fucking paper.
We really got to start getting more strict on what we accept for ads, advertisers.
Yeah. Somebody's going to get a swift kick in the nuts here soon. Coming to the House of Row Plus is a brand new sitcom that will cast a spell on your heart. This fall, premiering A Wizard Named Greg. Greg is your average everyday magical wizard. He drinks coffee in the morning, tea at night, and works a 9 to 5 in his local library, where he judges the library members for the books they check out. Jerry, the library diehard who's read every book in the library, discovers Greg is a wizard and loses his mind. Jerry tries to get Greg to use his wizard powers for good, but Greg doesn't see the point anymore. You see, Greg has been alive for 700 years since wizards have extremely long lifespans. In wizard years, he's just adjusted into adulthood. Sometimes it feels like Jerry knows Greg better than himself. He's read so many fantasy books that he could make a better wizard than Greg. Greg has the wizard powers. Jerry has the wizard brain. Oh, God. Once creatures from the books Jerry reads start to come to life, will Greg finally start to use his powers again for humanity? What will he do when Jerry is cornered against things like evil, ghouls, goblins, elves, Draculas, didn't know that could be plural, Pokemon, skeletons, zombies, big boys, small boys, big boys, big small boys, big small boys, and leprechauns. For 350 years, Greg decided that wizard powers are useless since the world has a pendulum effect. But do his philosophies change after his relationship forever changes with Jerry? But what will the other librarians do? They will definitely be side characters in the show. Who could those crazy cats be? One of their names is Damien. What is that guy up to? Oh, God damn it. Greg's catchphrases include, I've been alive for 700 years. You think I give a shit? What you gonna do? Coming to the House of Rouse, the brand new sitcom, a goblin named... Oh, fuck, that's not it. A wizard named Greg, coming to the House of Rouse Plus. Is there fucking more?
I'll tell you what, I'm excited to see that.
Throat hurts. Oh, God.
They went a little over the top of the exposition, though, in my opinion.
You know, though, I'm actually very intrigued. I'm gonna watch it.
I will not.
Wait, but the House Rouse Plus, that means it's also on our YouTube channel, right?
It's on. Well, yeah, it'll be on the YouTube channel, then it'll go on the House Rouse Plus. That's what
Should be seeing a trailer
Wait, so
for
why am I
it
paying
soon.
for the subscription?
Because eventually it's going to be on the House Rouse Plus, and you can watch the whole season.
But it's already...
See, we upload week by week episodes on our channel, but you get the whole season package on the House Rouse Plus when the season's finally over.
That's just at weekly.
And we're back. So now the tension's building and bubbling. Let's get to the reveal of Colin's final pick of the season.
I mean, how long did it take you to read that?
Good Lord. All right, you've killed my steam.
I
I'm
killed
revealing
my own
pick.
steam.
My own pick, okay?
I'm full of steam.
All right. We're going to watch a movie that none of us have seen. Mm-hmm. Wait, who directed this movie?
Can I take a guess?
No, I don't want you to ruin it.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of want to look now.
Oh, yeah, it is who I thought directed it.
Okay.
We're going to watch Everybody Wants Some.
Oh.
Richard Linklater, 2016.
That was your drama pick?
Yeah.
That's a comedy.
Well, it's like a dramedy, I think, right? I don't know. It's one of those.
All right.
I wanted to pick it because, I wanted to see it when I saw the trailer when it came out. But also, there's a high chance that one of us is going to hate it. And I think we all know who that is. But I've heard.
The fuck is this?
I've heard it's like the spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused.
It's the 80s It's the 80s version.
So
of it.
it looks pretty good. I hadn't heard of any of the cast members. Good reviews, like the trailer. Richard Linklater's kind of hit or miss. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna watch.
What's his hit?
School of Rock.
Yeah, School of Rock. Dude.
Oh, he did School of Rock.
Yeah. And Dazed and Confused is great. Boyhood's not so great.
Boyhood, the first half's good. But he's done a few good things actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it'd be a good wild card. Was that what you're gonna guess?
No, I was gonna guess Children of Men. That's what I was gonna guess.
Who directed that again?
Alfonso Cuarón or something like that.
What a weird guess.
But I'm actually excited to see that.
And it's also
his career is so weird because it's like all these like moody dramas and like things that take like years to direct or span like a trilogy that spans 20 years, and then it's fucking this movie and School of Rock and Byrne.
Byrne's
and
great.
The
Byrne
Bad
is
News
awesome.
Bears
Byrne is-
remake.
Byrne is fantastic.
Byrne's really good too.
Like just these off the wall Jack Black comedies, and then like these emotional things that take years
He
to
does
develop.
like character studies and period pieces. And that kind of stuff.
and
weird.
what's our top 5?
We're gonna do a bracket again.
Bracket. It's our second bracket of the season.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we'd. Oh well.
Dun
That
dun.
bracket was forever.
That seems
ago.
like it was a long time ago. All right. Well, we're gonna do the.
It was a while ago
I don't
for
know what
us.
the number is, but we'll figure out that
Yeah,
later.
it's somewhere in the 80s.
Greatest action movies of all time. Yeah.
So we'll start out with 80 some, and we'll have to narrow it down. So
Why would you
once
start with
again,
80-something?
because that's how you do it. Because that's what the bracket numbers are.
Be like 72.
So so yeah, just like last time,
64.
we'll do round 1. Will be audio. And if you want to listen to that, you can. And as
Chris
we go
Cornell was another honorable mention.
as you go through the first round. If you want to see us go through the first round, you'll listen to the audio. We'll do the finals and semifinals and all that on the next episode.
Tune in next week when.
Wizard named Greg.
Fuck off.